Oh, the truth behind the Maino and Lil Cease beef. Oh yeah, we could do that. I mean, let's look at it from the proper perspectives, though. Maino, he really, at this point, you got to go back to, nobody knew who Maino was in the mainstream. Like, let's say YouTube wasn't really cracking in, social media world. You know, whenever Lil Cease name is like out there still, you know what I'm saying? And people know who Cease is, and nobody knew who Maino was. And Maino was somebody trying to get on. He never really liked Cease and them anyway. So once Little Kim and Cease and them start to have their little problems, here comes the opportunity for Maino to, you know, earn his stripes and get his position. So this was all strategic on his part by him siding with Kim and wanting to go at Lil Cease. Oh, Cease a snitch and da 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 da. You know, Maino was one of the main people starting that. So that Cease could say something back to him, so that they could have conflict. And they had it. You know, like he saw Cease and wanted to run up on him outside they was outside of a club when Cease was in I think a Forerunner at that time. And he come up there kicking the door, you know, making a scene. Yo, this the hood, man, get out. You know what I'm saying? So Cease was up in there and was like, man, dude crazy thinking I'm finna, you know, fight with him. For what, man? Man, he lucky I don't kill this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking tough around his friends. His homies look like, we know you and we know him. You know damn well you ain't finna do nothing to him. So as, you know, things progress and they move on and it gets further, things start to escalate to a point where it's becoming more and more problematic by the day. Meaning that Maino is going to catch up to Lil Cease eventually. And he's just waiting on the opportunity so he can show Kim and prove his stripes. Like, he's down with Queen Bee Records. You know, she got the Queen Bee Records thing coming, so, you know, they want to show their stripes. And he wants to come up in the game as a rapper. So all this was it was a PR move. And once Maino had the opportunity to stun on Cease, he did so. And they were filming a DVD about Biggie. And they was filming, they had the rights to shoot the video. And they was over in Maino and them neighborhood shooting the video. And when you got beef with somebody or somebody that don't like you and you don't like them, you know doggone well you don't shoot in their neighborhood. Because now it's like, oh, you don't know what it's finna be, but your instant reaction is, oh, they finna stun on me. Homie gonna try to use me and stun on me. Oh, no, they ain't. So once he saw that, he was like, okay, homie finna try to stun on me now. Alright, I see him. So he gonna come to my hood, diss me, and be like, look, where homie at? He ain't even out here. You know, we on the block every day. You know, one of those type situations. So Maino found out he was there and told his homies, you know, get at him. When you see him, like, shut that down. So they was like, all right, we gonna shut it down. But they over there with, like, 2 carloads full of dudes. So by the time Maino get there, they through filming and all that. Like, they had rapped already and did what they was gonna do. But they still in the hood, you know, riding by, you know, riding through. So they see Maino, and Maino was like, yo, let me holler at you. And they pull over because they 2 carloads deep. Maino got a couple of his guys they in his hood. So they thinking they good because they got, you know, a couple other dudes. I don't want to say their names. They got mutual friends. You know what I'm saying? That's like, we know both of them. So nothing's gonna happen with gunplay on either side. You know, because of the respect they got for the other dudes that's out there. You know, and that's why Cease, you know, was like, man, forget this, man. I'm gonna go over here and still off dude. So he got in there hoping that somebody come and break it up. When he threw the punch at Maino and he like hit him in the shoulder or whatever, he was hoping for his boy to grab him and break it up. Be like, yo, we ain't on that, Cease. He was putting on a stunt for the people that's out there. Like, I ain't no punk. Cease ain't no punk. I'm gonna come out and handle mine. This thing gonna get broken up, but all they gonna remember is Cease threw a punch and hit dude in the arm. So Cease will make you know, save face. But it didn't go that way. It was kind of like Dazed and Confused. The movie Dazed and Confused, that dude had broke down the theory of the whole fight. Nobody wants to see the party disrupted. So whoever throws the first punch, and then nobody jumped in, they watched them all get beat down. That was similar to this. Cease threw that punch hoping his boy was going to break it up, which his boy tried to do. And Maino dropped his boy like, look, man, you always in the way. Drop, knocked him out, and then it was like, oh, whoa, wait a minute, it's on now. So Cease tried to run. And then Maino caught him, hit him in the back of the head, and that's when he tripped and fell down, and then he just covered up. And then Maino started wailing on him, hitting him in the head and arms. He wasn't even swinging back. And that's when they was yelling, fight him back, Cease. And fight, he just trying to bob and weave and cover up. But he wouldn't swing on Maino. So Maino knocked him back to the ground and started stomping on his head. Then he got up, he hit him with the orange cone, and he got to the car, and they was like, man, that's enough, man. That's enough, man. We good, man. We good. All right, we done. We done. It's it. It's over. So that was it. And ever since then, you know, it was going like Maino got beat up by Cease. And it was like, whoa, wait a minute, how'd that happen? The story was coming out like, yeah, they had a fight and Cease beat him up. And then that totally didn't happen. It was totally the other way around. But then when people got the story right and they started going to Maino, then people were like, who is Maino? And then that's how he became Maino, you know, the enforcer. You know, through the entire hip-hop industry, Maino's the enforcer. So everybody was like, he's the new Fat Joe of the industry, just extorting cats and smacking them up and all this stuff. So he started that whole thing with Cease, and it was a PR move, and it worked out great for him, because without that, none of y'all would probably know who Maino was. So before he smacked up Young Bird and all these other guys, this Cease thing is what put him really on the map. And got him really cool with, you know, Kim even more, tighter, you know, so it is what it is. But that's how that happened. It's your boy Carcino, I'm out.